So guys, in this one we will talk about two things. The first thing is why most agencies cannot deliver results and why this industry got an 85% churn rate in the ecom space. The other thing is that we talk about the typical bottlenecks, why brands cannot scale past 100K a month. We talk about the foundation, maybe for you guys some boring stuff. It's very important because if you have the foundation set up properly, you can scale a lot faster, a lot more profitable. Your profit margins go from 10% to 25%. So in this one, we will talk about the boring stuff, why most brands fail. So if you're right now at, I don't know, 10, 20, 40K a month, you're unable to scale. Typically it's the base, right? That's email marketing, the shop optimizations, or the marketing itself. Also a little hint, typically if you work with an agency, they typically, for example, just do ads. So if you, for example, run ads, but this here email marketing is not set up properly. If you do ads and the average order value, the conversion rate, and you don't have a good offer, you just leave so much money on the table. And that's why agencies have such a high churn rate, okay? Because if they just do ads and they don't control this here and this here, you will probably lose money, right? So what I do with my clients before we even touch ads, this is so important. We look at email marketing. If necessary, we improve the email flows and things like that. Then we will audit this stuff here. So we look at the average order value. We look at the conversion rate. We come up with a new offer if necessary. And we implement all of this, right? Because then we know we have an optimized shop, optimized email marketing. We can now run B2C ads, for example. But again, literally, if a client comes to me, they just want that we do ads. This here is not set up properly. I will refuse to work with those clients until this is set up properly. Because one, we will probably lose money on Facebook ads. Then it's our fault. And the other thing is that it's just, we would leave so much money on the table, literally. So I know it's the boring stuff, but it's so necessary. Let's talk about email marketing. Flows should make at least 20% of all revenue. So flows and newsletters combined. So if you right now make 100K a month, 20K needs to come from emails, okay? Needs to come. 2 newsletters a month, flows, obviously customer win back flow, abandoned cart flow, the welcome series with multiple sequences and more, right? So this all needs to be in place, especially when you want to scale. Then shop optimizations, we have on one side the average order value. We need to get this as high as possible. So we do that with bundles, quantity tier discounts, upsells and downsells. This could be pre-purchase and or post-purchase. So usually post-purchase upsells are literally similar to free money because the customer purchased before the thank you page. They now have upsells. You offer them products with a discount. Everything they buy is free profit, free money, right? Then on the other side, we have the conversion rate. Also comes from trust. If people trust you, they will be willing to spend money with you if they trust you. So the conversion rate and trust equals money. So you need to have reviews, social media presence, just a trustworthy site. And on the other side, a strong offer. So it could be a free gift at the checkout. It could be an offer like buy this thing, get this thing with 30% off. Buy this t-shirt, get free socks. Like just come up with a unique offer. It will be so much easier, especially when you want to scale ads. Okay? So then we discussed the base here. Okay? That's the base. Now let's talk about marketing. Okay? B2C ads. Important is please don't just blindly run ads. So if this whole thing here is not optimized, you will probably lose money. But if you just randomly run ads without the idea behind the ad, you will probably lose money. So make sure if you want to run ads. Let's say you want to test this and this and this product. Make 10 ads for each of those products. Think about a specific marketing angle that you want to attack. Then make ads for these marketing angles. And then after the first week, you will see immediately, okay, I tested now 5 products. 2 of them failed, 3 got some sales in. We will only focus on those 3. Then the next week, you will kill another product. And then after the first month, you will have your winning product. You will only focus on this product. Then what you will do is you will come up with, I would say, 20 to 40 different creatives. This is very important. Again, different marketing angles, different customer avatars. You test that week by week by week. And then usually after 4 to 6 weeks, you have your first winning ads, you have your winning products, you have the winning angles, because you probably know a lot about your customers, but you don't know what actually sells, okay, on Facebook, as an example. So make all of those tests on a weekly basis. This is the stuff that works nowadays, okay? Multiple variations. We love to do static image ads, works perfectly. If you have a smaller budget, then obviously test less. So typically with an ad budget of $500 a month, test, I would say, 10 to 15 ads a month. If you have more to spend, test more. Then B2B is well so important. Make sure you have a wholesale process. For example, we help with that, for example, as well, that we bring new wholesale clients to our Shopify clients. So this would mean, for example, that we do cold outreach to retail shops, to boutiques, and then we bring them to our client, and then they build a base of wholesale clients, which is absolutely necessary if you want to scale. Because if Facebook ads bans you, if you have any issues here, but you have here as well on revenue stream, like, you're in a good spot. Then your business is basically will not die out of nowhere. Let's talk again quickly about job optimizations. Very important is, if you have low margins, if you have like $10 to $15 margins, make bundles, okay? So if you have low margins, make bundles, different products together, bundle them together in a set, then give them 3 different options. This is the basic set for $29.99. This is the advanced set, whatever, $49.99, and then a big set for like $90.99. Okay? Because some people, they have money, they want to spend money with you. Make sure you have always something higher ticket, because some people are just willing to spend hundreds of dollars if they know you, if they trust you, if they have seen some ads. Okay? So this is all for the foundation. I think that's pretty clear. Make sure you have the foundation set up properly before you run ads. Otherwise, you just burn money. I know it's boring. I know it's... You might think it's not something that will move the business. It does, especially email marketing. If you have this here fixed up, like literally upsells, downsells, and bundles can get your average order value from like $40 to $50 easily. If you have this stuff here optimized, you will increase your average, your conversion rate from, 2% to 3.5%. That's all things that are super necessary if you want to scale your business in the long run, basically. Okay, and that's everything for this one.